Let's go. Hey, man. It's your boy Cobe, Rise and Rise. We back at it again with another one. As you can see, we are here talking about anti-aging. So, are you aging with grace? Or are you aging with haste? Man, it's going to be a really good topic, man. Listen, I want to give a shout out to True High Clarity. Make sure y'all go check out the brand. It's truehighclarity.com. Get your fits. We do have some tracksuits coming soon. Look them out for 2023. They're going to be super dope, different sizes, different colors. I mean, you're going to love it. So, yeah. We bringing in Showtime real quick, man. Hold on 1 second. Go and get my brother in this thing, man. What's going on?
What's up with you, bro? Peace to the family. Peace. How everybody doing?
Peace. Yes, sir. Man, peace to the guys. I see you got the vine going there behind you, bro. I see you, fam.
Oh, yeah, we're back to it. We're back at it.
Yes, sir. Man. We're back at it. How was your week, bro?
It was good. It was real good. Everything going real good, man. A few opportunities. God blessed me with this week, man, and a lot of good things happening.
Absolutely.
A lot of good things happening. Yes, sir.
I love it, bro.
You looking fresh, man. You looking fresh. I'm loving the jacket.
Appreciate it, man. You know, I figured put on something a little dapper. You did.
Yes, sir.
You know, I feel like it's gonna be a really good show. So, you know, I want to make sure I come up and show out.
I hate you all day.
Yeah. So you know how we coming, man, for sure, man. And like I said, this is gonna be a quick show. We're gonna try to keep it in 30 minutes, guys. You dig? So we got things to do, but I want to make sure we give y'all great content. And make sure you can learn something from this episode, man. So everybody take your notes, get your pens, get your pads, you know, have your water. You dig what I'm saying? And let's get it. So as you can see, the topic is, are you aging with grace? Or are you aging with haste? You dig what I'm saying? But I also want to make sure that everybody understands the movement that we're pushing. This is created by Showtime. Pound or hashtag Start Now 2023. Start Now 2023. Any workouts that you're doing, any motivational tips, anything that you want to strive to be better with, make sure y'all hashtag Start Now 2023. You dig what I'm saying? Hey, I appreciate that, D-Star. Yay. We out here looking fresh. You dig what I'm saying? I appreciate that. Nah, for real, in a real way. So yeah, man, I want to go ahead and just kind of leave the floor open to you, Showtime, before we get the show started. Anything you want to bring up, or just anything you want to kind of open us up with, just about the topic, or just anything in general.
I just wanted to kind of reiterate what you saying. That whole hashtag Start Now 2023. It's just been a movement that I felt and we kind of align with it, and just kind of go ahead and build some of that momentum. You know, I was speaking to one of my coworkers last week, and I was explaining to him, you know, real passionately, and I felt, you know, I was like, oh shoot, man, I really bought into it. But it makes a lot of sense, you know, just kind of starting now, building that momentum. You know, as the new year approaches, we build these goals, we start setting these goals, and we're like, oh, okay, I'm going to start on January 1st. You know, and I'm like, why January 1st? Why not go ahead? You know, why not go ahead now and put in motion some of those goals? You know, take some of those small steps. So definitely that whole movement is something you want to jump in on, and you still got a couple more weeks. You know, I know we got a holiday coming up, but
let's go.
Small things. Don't just, you know, you don't have to wait till January 1st to get everything started. Start with a little bit of the small tasks.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hey, man. And he was talking about the small tasks. If y'all didn't know, we gave a really good breakdown last week on that, really in this whole month, just on small tasks and just goal setting, a little bit of motivation for you guys when it comes to the new year, 2023. Another reason why we started this whole hashtag Start Now 2023, you dig? So you want to make sure you set in those small tasks, getting them out the way, getting those goals knocked out the way. You dig? And why wait till January 1st? Start now. You dig? But that's going to be for the whole year, 2023. Start now and keep it going. Every day is a new day. So start now. Yes, sir. I appreciate that, man, for sure, man. So I kind of want to open up the topic, um, talking about aging, right? So how are we aging? And this is just from a societal standpoint. What we see in the fitness industry, and not just the fitness industry, but just being out and about. I know you out in the field. I'm out in the field. You dig? We're kind of being observant about how the world is shifting. I think we're in a good movement. That's a shifting movement and a new paradigm. So I'm starting to realize a few things, and I think there's a really great topic to cover. And we're pretty much in the same age range, but we both look pretty young, you know what I'm saying? So I think we're doing something right. But I want to get your take on just in society base, how do you think as a whole we're aging as a community and society?
Honestly, man, I was thinking about this. We're definitely getting better, but I looked at some statistics, and I can't quite put on the tip of my tongue why I was looking at the statistics just recently, but it said that the expectancy of an American is around 70. And then it went into specifically, I was looking up, I wanted to see specifically a black man in America, just what the internet said.
Right.
And the numbers were around 6. So it was 70 for an American, 68 years of age for an African American person, and 60 years of age for a black male. And these are just life expectancy statistics. Um, and sometimes I used to have this thought, and actually I was thinking about this a lot. So I knew I was going to kind of go in a little bit tonight,
Absolutely.
but I think sometimes we see those statistics, and we kind of condition our mind, to I don't know if we limit ourselves, so to speak, when we see things like that, maybe. And I was thinking about this. That's where we get that. Well, I'm too old to do this. Me personally, my thought process is, well, I just want to take care of what God gave me, this temple, with the health thing, some of the tips that we always implement. And we're going to go over a few things tonight, just following some of those things. I always say it's nothing personal, it's personal, and trying to individually not be one of those statistics, following these things and adhering to my health. And I just think culturally, I think we age well within our community, the African American specifically. I think it's not the quality doesn't, sometimes it doesn't look, generally speaking, as it could.
Right.
I think you had what was the caption? Are you aging gracefully or hastefully?
That's true.
Are you aging fast? Are you getting old fast? It could be mentally, physically. So I don't want to ramble, but yeah, man. Like to kind of sum it up, I just think sometimes statistically we kind of adhere to those statistics and we limit ourselves. I always say I want to live to see 110. They have this group, and I don't know much about it. I just know the Seventh Day Adventists. I think it's like a religious group, but they naturally live to see, like 100 and 110, and a good quality. And some of the things that they practice are, no smoking, no drinking,
Come on.
plant-based, and just being mindful of that aging process, So, but yeah,
Yo, that's dope. I think I think we both agree. I don't think I disagree with anything you just said. You're right. Our condition, our society is not really pushing this whole anti-aging thing the way I think it need to be. This fast life, everything is so quick. They want to get things done quick. All that, to me, I think is doing a disservice when it comes to aging. This is where the topic is coming from. Are you aging with grace or with haste? Because when I think of the word haste, I'm thinking of you're being hasty. You're making a hasty decision. You dig? You're making an irrational decision. And when it comes to life, we're making an irrational differences to try to compensate for what we need to do. And I think a lot of that is causing a lot of trauma, a lot of dis-ease or function in our life. And a lot of that is going to affect our age. And I didn't realize there is a lot of science behind what you said. You said going towards a plant-based diet, not really believing statistics, but just kind of using that as an understanding for where we are, and not necessarily saying that we can be in that. But I think if we continue down this path, that can be your outcome. You dig? And what you said was super big. A lot of smoking, drinking, things like that. A lot of that scientifically is through epigenetics and also through chromosomes. So when we age, our telomeres they loosen up and get shorter. They unravel. Excuse me. That's where you start to see the aging process. And so I didn't realize that there are things that we can do to increase the length and the time span of these telomeres. And now, now this is the science behind what you just said and what we kind of both agreeing to. What is linked to having these telomeres get shortened quicker is stress, obesity, smoking, things like that. All of these have a link to decreasing these telomeres, which make us age quicker. And it's crazy because we kind of know these things, but we don't understand like the science behind it. You did. There is a really good YouTube video that y'all can look up. It's on impact theory from Tom Bilyeu, and he talks about epigenetics from Doctor. Oh, I can't remember his name. It's two doctors. It's one doctor. I'm sorry. His name is. Let me see. Look if I can look because I don't want to be wrong about that. Dr. David Sinclair, and he talks about that and breaks it down. So please look at that. That's given the scientific method behind it. Then that guy actually has a mostly plant-based diet. He didn't really go in too in depth, but one thing I learned from it was when you eat a lot of meat, it's got a lot of amino acids, but it ages you quicker because your body doesn't have to produce too much because it's getting a lot of amino acids from that beef. So it's increasing that age. You dig? But eating those vegetables helps retain that age. So your growth hormones, they don't mature enough. Let's just say that. You dig? And I probably did a terrible job explaining it, but he went way better when it comes to explanation. But y'all check that video out, man. It's super dope. You dig? And so I just kind of wanted to give a breakdown and regimen. You dig? I don't think that, me and you and just other people in the world, we're not just doing this for no reason. I think we kind of have a regimen. I think everybody does something. I think you do something maybe different. I know I do things. We both may have similarities, but I'm sure we do different things, but we're doing something right along that path. So what do you do to stay looking good, feeling young? You dig? And what can you give to some of the people that you do that can help them on that path?
I would say, well, first off, be realistic. And I think I'm gonna answer the question in this. Hopefully I do. Just be realistic. I'm realistic with myself. I'm realistic with my goals. I think first and foremost, um, along this path, I know, I have that set of my goal, and it's not just a goal when I say I want to live to see 110. It's something I'm shooting for. I'm shooting for health. Like you said, I'm understanding the science. I'm understanding the contributing factors that will decrease my life expectancy on Earth. I'm understanding why, as a black man, some of our chances are limited, and I try to stay away from some of those factors. Um, and then we come into the fact of what I'm eating, and how I exercise. Um, we get 7 hours. Well, we get 24 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's what 168 a week. Um, you know, 8 of them a day. We try to sleep, or some of us try to get 8 of sleep. I did
Mm-hmm.
the math. I try to get at minimum 7 a week, where I just spend doing some physical activity.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to just strengthen myself, condition my body as I age.
Yeah.
And I want to keep this same practice throughout. I want to keep it. I want to keep it throughout my 30s. I want to keep it throughout my 40s, my
Mm-hmm.
50s. I
Right.
thought about this before the show too. 40s look differently. I've seen different level of 40s. I've seen 40 at different levels. I've seen 50 at different levels. I've seen 60 at different levels. Surprisingly, I was thinking about this. I've seen a gentleman that was close to 70. He was 68 years old, and he had a really good physique. I did a few of the natural bodybuilding shows, at
Mm-hmm.
68. That's
Mm-hmm.
just because I feel like a lot of it has to do with our mentality. What quality of that mindset. Like I said, we know, we understand where we want to be. If you're
Mm-hmm.
like, man, that seems hard to me, then I understand. I understand for some people, being not being so disciplined. But I
Mm-hmm.
highly recommend, if you just feel like you want to, try to get the best out of this as you age, just try to implement some of those things.
Yeah. Yeah. I like what you said, man. Um, like for me, I typically just stick to a mostly plant based diet, and with that plant based diet, that's what kind of helps me stay within my realm. And me, and I didn't realize too, with mostly plant based diet, that decreases the acidity level in my body, and decreasing the acidity level in my body allows me to not age as fast. You dig? And that science guy was just talking about, the one I was talking about earlier with the video. That's pretty much what he was getting into, and I didn't realize that I was already doing that. But quality of sleep and relaxation, all of that is what I do. So for some people, they know I take these Dr. Teal's baths, but I use cannabis sativa. I soak in cannabis sativa. I soak my body in cannabis sativa, and I soak there and I sit there for a while. You dig? And so when I come out of it at night and when I go to sleep, I sleep super good, bro. Like, you ever heard of that REM sleep, right? So, when they think of REM sleep, I'm gonna just give it to a base scenario. That's that drool coming out you. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know
Yeah.
you're sleeping real good, right? In
Yeah.
a real way. So that's the kind of sleep that you kind of that you want. So when you wake up, you're much better when it comes to elevation. You can think better. You'll just feel more energetic as you wake up in the morning. You dig? And a lot of this has a really good effect on aging process. You don't age as bad. So if you think about the old saying, get your beauty sleep or get your beauty rest. Well, I think there's a reason behind that, because if you get your rest, I think that's what tends to happen in that process. You are repairing your body and your skin cells when you're sleeping. You dig what I'm saying? And a lot of that too has to do with our circadian rhythm. And our circadian rhythm is you get better sleep during the nighttime, because that is when our cells can regenerate and boost up. So when the sun is out and that sunlight hits our eyes, those endorphins kick in, that serotonin, which wakes us up. You dig what I'm saying? And so that is the circadian rhythm that we want to be on. And that's typically what I try to live by. That circadian rhythm. Eat good, drink a lot of water, stay moisturized, excuse me, and get good, deep sleep. Get that really good sleep. And that's typically what I try to do. Try to stretch. Um, I also, and I'm gonna just kind of give it from like a skin person, right? So how back in the day we wash our, you're not gonna say back in the day, but like some of us wash our face with washcloth. I wash my face with the brush. The what do you call that? I don't even know the name of the brush, but they take batteries. You press a button and it's got the bristles and they spin. And so I
Mm.
use that, with my soap, and I just, what I'm saying? And it gets everything out. So I also exfoliate. I exfoliate so I can get my skin as tight as I can, because that's what helps you retain that youth. You dig what I'm saying? So just having a skincare regimen, I think, is really good. Having a good workout routine is really good. And just having a really well-rounded, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess food diet. You know, I hate to say the word diet, but, you know, you want to make sure that you're eating something that's high quality, that's going to fit your standard. You dig? And I think knowing ourselves, we would know what we need to eat for our standard. So for me, I eat a mostly plant-based diet. So that's mostly vegetables. 80% of my diet is vegetables. Grains, vegetables, that's mostly my diet. You dig? And the other 20% is like you said, if it's meat, it's going to be meat, right? If not, it's probably 100% plants. So that's the way I like to do it.
Yeah, that's real. So we gave you some good input on the aging process.
Yep.
Some good tips.
That's real. And I wanted to also give a scientific breakdown of what the aging, or what aids in aging. Have you ever heard of something called, let me just get the right word. It's serotonin. Have you ever heard of serotonin before?
The term sounds familiar, but you can go ahead.
So serotonin is like it slows down the aging process. These are the proteins that helps us kind of, like, remember I was explaining earlier with the telomeres.
Yeah.
The serotonins is what helps slow that aging process down, so that our telomeres can last a longer time. You dig? And so one thing that I looked up was having a lot of I can't even say it right. Serotonins. It helps us in our skin and our aging process. So, you know, there's food that helps benefit the serotonins that we can eat. And so a lot of that is vegetables, things that you can grow out of the garden. One of them is black currants. I haven't had them before, so anybody who eats that, you know, kudos, right? A lot of the next one is like cocoa, not chocolate, but cocoa.
Yeah.
Dates, green tea, kale, miso, onions, extra virgin olive oil, walnuts, and that's just to name a few. This boosts our energy, which is a healing factor. And I got to thinking about it, like, how could something that helps us slow down aging help boost our energy and is also a healing factor? I didn't realize that all of that is linked to youth. Think about kids. They got so much energy, bro.
Yeah. That's
Yo,
real.
they get a scratch on their leg, probably like, what, a couple of days, that thing pretty much almost done, almost healed. You dig? And they young, right? I had to think about it, and I'm saying, why? Well, they have a lot of telomeres. So just to give some facts, newborn babies have telomeres ranging from 8,000 to 13,000 base pairs. By the time they decline every year by 20 to 40 base pairs as we get older. So by the time we get to 40, I remember you saying your guy was 40. By the time we get to 40 years old, we probably lost up to 1,600 base telomere pairs, which that's what that's what increase our aging process. And the things that we eat can also increase our aging process, which also you have to link it to energy. When you get older, what do they tell you? You're not going to have as much energy.
Yeah.
It's going to take you longer to heal. You dig what I'm saying? So you can't separate the two. They go hand in hand. Like, and for the ladies too, I'm going to break something down for y'all. For the ladies, dog, when it comes to aging, you can't separate the emotion. A lot of heart diseases and things like that too, that can come from your hormones. Skin or skin care or whatever, a lot of that is linked to our hormones. Think about when you were like 12 years old, your testosterone started to kick in. That's a hormone. But what happened to our skin? Some of us, or a lot of us, had acne. It affected us. You dig what I'm saying? And so that's hormones. We can't have one without the other. We have to understand why. We have hormones, we have our aging. How do they correlate? Well, they correlate because as we get older, we lose these base pairs, which also opens up another base pair for a reaction to happen. And that's how we start to see different things. So when I was 12, I may have seen acne, but when someone else was 12, they may not have saw that. Mm-hmm. They probably saw it at a different age. But again, it goes off of hormones and genetics. And that's the science breakdown of it. So if you want to do anti-aging, you have to do the things that boost energy. You dig what I'm saying? Do things that's going to help us live longer and detox away from the things that increases our aging. Hence, obesity, smoking, drinking. You dig? Think about I don't know, like I've seen a lot of smokers who age really, really quick. You dig what I'm saying? And I've even seen people like some people who have taken drugs or whatever, they've aged super quick. They look way older than what they really are. You dig? And all of that is a dehydration. It dehydrates your skin. It dehydrates our skin. A lot of the things that we eat dehydrates our skin. You dig? And that's what increases our aging. That's why we look older. And think about the hormones in the food. A lot of the kids nowadays look older than what they are. It's the hormones, in my opinion. Don't shoot the messenger. This is all on my opinion. I think a lot of that's the hormones in the food, man.
I hear you.
Yes, so that's just my take on it, man. And it just give us something to think about. I think we can definitely do a deeper breakdown too. You dig next week, but I want to make sure we are giving, just some of the things that we do, and not just coming from a place of like we don't know, right? We're just coming from what we're doing and what's working for us, what's helped everybody else that we've told, and there's science behind it, right? So you can look this up. We gave a couple game. Also, look up serotonins, look up telomeres. These are things that's real. Look them up. Do the research. They're here for a reason.
Yeah, I was gonna just close with this physical activity for me. Like you were saying, some of the benefits, some of the things that boost your energy. They used to teach us that a known process when you strength train it improves your collagen.
Yes.
And that's your ability to just with your skin.
Yes.
And also just that conditioning process. I was thinking about the fact that even though I'm one of my goals is just trying to put on a little bit more weight to do some things next year physically. I still always incorporate my cardiovascular exercise. I always get on the treadmill, and that specifically is just for my heart. It's a conditioning process. I always want to be able to just kind of walk up the steps, whether it be the Stairmaster, whether it be the treadmill, just for about 30 minutes. And that's that conditioning process. That's me not limiting my body, and that's something that I've done and I will continue to do throughout my life, as long as I want to continue to be able to just kind of walk for 30 minutes, that's something to think about, as you make your goals, as you get your hashtag start now 2023, sure. When it comes to that aging process, do I want to be able to at least walk on a treadmill, for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, grab you a membership, log on with the, Rise and Rise, check in with us, download, make sure you got the app, check in with one of us, and see if there's something we can do to go ahead and get you on that goal. If what we're saying makes sense, especially this, like I said, for me, man, this is simple things. I used to tell my mom, you want to be able to walk to your mailbox, go ahead, walk back and forth, do laps. My neighbor walks, we live out here in the country, so my neighbor walks back and forth. I see her do laps around her yard, just going back and forth to the mailbox. An older lady, and she's mobile. She can move. She can move by herself. So yeah, starting out 2023.
Let's go. That's it. Hey man, that concludes the today's episode, man. Listen, start now 2023. That's the hashtag. You dig what I'm saying? Let's keep this movement going. You dig what I'm saying? Like I said, this is not just a hashtag. It's a real movement in a real way. You dig what I'm saying? We're accomplishing goals. We're accomplishing things. We got a lot of stuff coming next year, y'all. A lot. You know what I'm saying? So you got to stay tuned. And these conversations are only gonna get deeper. They're only gonna get deeper. You dig what I'm saying? We really ain't even scratching the surface on this, y'all. You dig? All of these different topics when it comes to aging, you know, a lot of that has to do with the choices that we're making, our environment. All of these things have to do with our aging process. Everything. Epigenetics is real. So we, like I said, stay tuned in for your boys here, Rise and Rise Academy. It's your boy Cobe, Rise and Rise. We got my man Showtime. I appreciate you coming through, big dog. And you know we coming through next week. Yes, sir. Faced with an obstacle, baby. What we do.
We rise and rise, baby. Peace.
Oh, peace.